The question is, which combination can bring together a much higher level of success for the future, but not just success on numbers, not just success on profitability, but more importantly, success in regards to social innovation and sustainability and getting back to nature. You know, and I think in Japan, nature plays an important role. You know, the great earthquake and the tsunami had a big impact, especially on the region in the north around Sendai, Tohoku, where I also teach twice a year. I think it's important to realize what has happened and start asking these questions of what the future is. And I like to do that. I like to help.
Okay, that's great idea. And because we wanted that it's a huge difference that the Japan and the US or Asian young people, we want to try to like a World Cup to meeting each other. But the other country, the university student very aggressive and also they have a very passion. But it's in Japan it's something to like stuck. They want to try to the passion, but they're like a more, it's not shy, but it's that's right. So we want to try to they want to their presentation and also speech or whatever they talk. They want to more aggressive and also they want to or they have a good character and they have a good sense.
Yes.
But how do we have to pick up that we want to try that like a leadership, right?
Yes.
So how do you have 3 countries?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Experience. So what is that your opinion?
Yeah, and maybe some advice on that. I mean, I have spent almost 30 years in Germany, and Germany are also not really the most passionate people. They're very straight, very direct, very cold sometimes. But I think it's not a question of trying to be like the others. I think the most important question for Japan and for the students and the young people is, who am I? Who is Japan? And instead of trying to follow the wrong examples, I always say America is the wrongest example. Dame, America is not the best example for us. I think the better approach is to understand who you are and then strengthen the strengths. What's good about Japan? What's good about what you do? And the younger generation is more open than before. The music I hear in Tokyo and the music I hear in Hanoi, Vietnam, and the music I hear in Berlin, in New York City, the young people are listening to the same music. They're wearing the same clothes, and they're thinking the same things, and they're all looking for purpose. They're looking for a new purpose of what they're here in life for. And it's no longer just becoming a millionaire and having lots of money. No, there's different reasons now. And I think for Japan and for Enactus and for the students, it would be important to find the identity and the profile of what makes you strong of the last 2,000 years, and go back to the strengths of the Japanese culture that's been here so long, and it's had so many goodnesses that it brought. Many, many years of peace, sometimes war, but it was all part of the culture development in all the countries of the world. We've all had that in Germany and America and everywhere else. So I think it's more a question of connecting to what's good and then strengthening that and understanding it better. I think for the students, as much international experience as possible is important. The English language, as always, is a factor in communicating in an international forum. So finding a way to practice the English so that it becomes stronger, spending more time outside of Japan, not so much time in Japan, those would be some of the factors. But I think once you connect to the strength, you can stand taller and be prouder without saying anything. And people feel this. When you walk into the room, Not being arrogant, that's different. But being strong, having a strong center, hara, you know, standing strong, walking in proud to be representing Japan. This makes a very big difference in the first seconds of an encounter. And the samurai in the past always said, the battle is decided before the battle begins. In the moments, there's a Japanese word for that I've forgotten, but in the moments before you begin, and that's something we've noticed in the past at some of the students from Japan, is this, you know, I'm not American, I can't communicate like an American, we're gonna lose anyway, and they just walk in, you know, because it doesn't work for Japanese to try to be American. It doesn't even work for Germans when they try to be American. It's very scary. So, you know, that I think would be one element of feedback for you and for your students.
Okay.